Thanks, Jan. Jan went over my background. I've been in molecular diagnostics for the most part. I was at Handy Lab, and then after BD acquired us, I was there for a year and a half, saw the light, got out of BD, and started a new company again. So molecular systems, like Jan mentioned, molecular systems was founded on paper in 2010, but really hasn't been, it's pretty much was a paper company for a while we let our non-competes run out. Once we were all free from obligations, we decided to revive it. And basically looking at what Bill pointed out in his talk, which is molecular is really the segment you want to go after when you're looking at diagnostics companies. And if you're going to go into molecular, there are only a couple ways to do it. One is you go after the biomarkers or discovery of markers, or you build systems for, that allow for workflow and cost efficiencies. And we're going for, we are in the process of developing a platform that we think will address the cost and workload requirements of this industry at this point. And to some extent, we're a little bit different from a lot of molecular diagnostic system type companies. And we plan to focus completely on solutions for the central lab, where we believe the majority of testing will continue to happen. Again, Bill gave me a great intro into this slide. This actually is from Piper Jaffray's report. If you look at molecular, it's a $4.5 billion market, and about 1/3 is genetic testing, and about 2/3 is infectious diseases of all sorts of and varieties. And for a long time, molecular systems companies had to kind of avoid the top 5 infectious diseases, mostly because of a lot of IP issues and also regulatory challenges. But over the next 3, 4, 5 years, systems that are being developed today will have the opportunity to not just develop tests for the onesie, twosie type of markets, but really go after the top 5, which are the hepatitis and the HIVs of the world, as well as CTGC, chlamydia, gonorrhea. And so I think that the system that comes on market today or in the next 3 or 4 years will have the opportunity to have a real crack at not just a section of this market, but really be able to address the $4 to $5 billion market that it truly is. And this market obviously is growing quite rapidly at double digits in the IVD sector. And a lot of the reasons for this is the conversion of existing tests. A lot of the immunoassays and the culture-based tests today that are used for infectious diseases are really being converted over to molecular diagnostics. And so in the near term, we see that as the reason why this grows and why there's a real need for this type of a platform. And in the longer term, of course, you have the opportunity for the system to encompass not just infectious disease testing, but also genetic and cancer-based testing. And again, really all of this testing happens in central labs, and very few of these tests today are being really done in a near patient setting. And so for some of you who may not be familiar with this market, there are lots of companies trying to address the need in this market. And a lot of companies try to do this, have been focused on either cartridge or microfluidic card-based, unitized type approaches. And Cepheid is probably the most popular, most well-known among these, and there's a whole host of companies. In fact, at Handy Lab, we tried to do this for the first 5, 6, 7 years of the company, and then we flipped over the business model to handle more, to develop more of a central lab-based product. And then on the other side, you have the big guys, the 800-pound gorillas, who are basically developing robotic mechanized solutions to diagnostics. And our vision is to really take the best of both of these. And so there are definite advantages with this kind of a unitized approach. And the one thing that you really get with this is a true random access where you can walk up and start a test at any time. which is generally not available in a liquid robotic-based system. And so our vision is to really try and integrate the best features of both these approaches, and that's kind of the platform that we are developing at Molecular Systems. So like I said, I've been literally a week at this company, and so I don't really have a lot of technology to show, but more about what we expect the features of the product to be. And there's a whole bunch of features that we think we can incorporate into this system that truly meet the needs of the clinical labs today. And of course, everybody wants the fastest throughput and the lowest cost. And I think those are two things that you can get with the design of our system. And you don't have to sacrifice true random access or a stat capabilities with this type of a system. And so to summarize, what our competitive positioning is that it will offer the ability to run tests on demand, but at the same time offer the advantages and the economies of scale that a large robotic style batch type platform will typically provide. And so it basically comes down to a unique combination of microfluidics. That's our expertise, is use microfluidics where it's absolutely necessary and use it in a smart way, and combining that with a judicious use of liquid handling and robotic type platforms. And that's kind of the mesh that we want to incorporate into this system and provide the features that I talked about. That's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.